Good day, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Consider This. I want you to consider some of the things that I am attempting to present to you now. Today, I'd like to examine the concept of truth. Now, truth is a very subjective thing. If you watch any advertising, especially on television, you will immediately witness how many industries use a very small core of truth to lure you into buying their product. Because this bit of truth is wrapped around all sorts of misconceptions, misinformation, and basically lies to make you want to be a part of their product, if they even have a product. More often than not, you're not buying into a product, you're buying into an idea, you're buying into a marketing scheme, you're buying into something that somebody somewhere wants you to need and want so badly that you pay the little bit of money you have left over taxes to procure whatever it is that they want you to have. One of the worst culprits here is insurance because nobody actually wants insurance. It has been mandated by government to make sure that they get their money. They're going to legislate the fact that you must have insurance, and they do this through fear and insecurity to make sure that you would not want to be unprotected. There is a paper written by a man named Jim Kerwin. It's called Risk and Liability that explains all of the ideas of how that evolved. My take on it is that society has become very fear driven. Therefore, things like homeland security, mandatory insurance, seat belts, they are profiting off. In my mind, a terrorist is one of the people I've been talking about. Bankers and insurance companies and politicians and people who rule our lives and take at least half of what we make of our blood, sweat, and tears and use it for themselves. To me, that is terrorizing somebody. Now, if you go on Fox News or some other place, they'll say these terrorists are these guys that wear the rags on their head and they want to kill us all because of some jihad or some other myth that they make up to make you afraid, to make you very afraid. Because as long as you're running in fear, you'll do what our leaders tell you to do. This is what I mean by truth being subjective. Truth put out by mass media is truth as far as they're concerned. As far as the establishment and the powers that be are concerned, this is the truth. This is reality. The world we live in is a terrifying place, and there are people out to get you. So we need a strong military for defense. When 98% of the time our military is never used for defense, it's used for offense. Thousands of military bases where we have a presence. And to me, the idea of defense is you stay where you are and you defend yourself against someone coming at you. Well, we really don't have anybody coming at us. This country has wasted most of the blood, sweat, and tears of its citizens into making sure that we have a military presence and posture that's never been equaled anywhere in the history of mankind, or who the fuck knows, maybe even the whole universe. Therefore, we really don't have anything to be afraid of, except those people who have created this military industrial complex among 16 other things: CIA, Homeland Security, TSA, all the things that are there to reel us in, to make sure that we behave like we're supposed to behave. This is what I'm referring to when I'm referring to truth. Truth is in the eyes of the beholder. And the beholder here, the people holding our eyes, are the mass media. And they want us to see their truth. They don't want us to see the actual truth. Now, you may say that this is my truth, but I really would like you to have your own truth. So please, do yourself a favor. Find some means to discover your own truth. Do not take what the mass popular media says as truth. You must question everything. Question this, question me, question your spouse, question your kids, question your next door neighbor, question especially your local authorities, federal congressmen, the federal senators, the president, the vice president, basically are puppets of the corporatocracy that has been in place in the United States for don't know when it first started taking root, but right now the roots are wrapped around each and every one of us, wrapped around our ideologies, wrapped around everything that we know and everything that we believe in. It is basically forming our belief system. It is basically directing us on how we should think and how we should act. And we have to stop.